This is an inspection report, and it is quite large, so expect your inspection reports to also be this size. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the inspection process, and I'm going to be giving you a technique that you can follow as a buyer so that you can get through inspections as smoothly as possible and keep your sanity. So stand by. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to my series on how to buy a house in the beautiful state of New Jersey. I am Carlos Sanchez. I am a real estate attorney. For the last 25 or so years, I've been helping thousands and thousands of people just like you buy and sell real estate. I've never met a single buyer who didn't think that the seller was trying to sell them something that was less than what was advertised. And I've never met a single seller that didn't think that the buyer was trying to nickel and dime them or renegotiate the purchase price. Inspections have a way of doing that. And that's because critique is involved, right? So as a buyer, you need to have a couple of inspections done. You need to have a general inspection done. A general inspection is a review of the mechanical systems, the structure, and a radon test if there's a basement. The inspector will also check to see if there are any visible signs of wood-destroying insects. That's the general inspection. In addition to that, you may also want to, and I highly recommend it to all of my clients, do a tank sweep. Obviously, this doesn't apply to condos or townhouses, but if you're buying a standalone house, you want to have an inspector inspect the surroundings to make sure that there are no buried underground oil tanks. I'll make a separate video just on what happens if there's an oil tank, so stand by for that. The third inspection that I recommend people consider doing is hiring either an inspector with the right equipment or a plumber to send a video camera down the sewer line to make sure that the sewer line is intact. Because if a sewer line is bellied or bowed or not intact or disconnected, you need to know that, because fixing a sewer line is extremely expensive. Now, you're at the point where you have done inspections and you receive reports from your various inspectors. In the contract, you're going to have typically 14 days to do all of your inspections. Within that 14-day period, you have to conduct your inspections. You have to receive reports, read the reports, please read the reports. Digest those reports, produce a list of the things that you want the seller to repair, and then I recommend that you run them by your realtor to get their opinion, revise your list based on that opinion, and then send me the list. I will be in charge of negotiating, or at least someone in my office will negotiate the inspection items, meaning we will be asking the seller's attorney to ask the sellers to make a series of repairs. The kinds of repairs we ask our sellers to make are those that are allowed by the contract. So defects in the structure, the mechanical systems, or if there's a tank, for example, in the ground. Things that are out of scope, meaning things that we do not ask the seller to repair, are aesthetic items, things that were obvious when you saw the house. Like, for example, if you look at the house when you go to see it for the first time and a gutter is disconnected, the gutter's disconnected. You're aware of it, you know it, so you make your offer based on what you see. Also, many times, really excellent realtors will call out defects and they will say that they're being sold as is, which is parlance for me to know that in negotiations, that's out of bounds, meaning that the seller will not be repairing those things. Here's the technique that I recommend to my clients. First, schedule your inspections early. Don't wait for me to finish attorney review before you schedule your inspections. Attorney review usually lasts 2 or 3 days, and again, you're not going to have much time to do all the things that I enumerated before. So please, schedule your inspections as early as possible. Second, be at your inspection, please. Don't let the realtor or the agent just be there alone with the inspector. It's your house. This is the time you have to kick the tires, so please be there. Third, use all of your senses when you are there. Smell for mustiness or for mold odors or things of that nature. See if you get sneezy or you have a tickle in your nose. Maybe you're allergic to that house. That happens from time to time. And make sure that you walk around with your inspector, have your inspector explain what they're doing. Take your phone, take a flashlight, take a notepad, or pull out the notes app on your phone, take notes, and make sure that if you see something that is truly defective, that your inspector calls it out as defective in their report. At the end of the day, I'm only going to be able to use the language that is in your report in order to ask the seller to make repairs. Once you have all these reports in your hand, read through the report once, then put it down. Sleep on it. Read it again. When you read it again, make notes of what are the things that you want the seller to repair. Keep in mind that we are limited to only significant defects. In my attorney review, I try to make sure that we are not limited too much in what we can inspect. As a seller's attorney, I always try to limit the buyer in what they can inspect, by the way. So keep that in mind. You're going to make a list of everything that you want the seller to repair. Then what I want you to do is rank that list. You're going to rank that list by most important to, it'd be nice if they do it, but if they don't do it, it's not a deal killer. By most important, I mean, if the seller does not repair XYZ, you're authorizing me to kill the deal. So it has to be really, really important. When you present this list to your agent, and by the way, your agent should actually be able to review this with you and give you their insight as to what makes sense to ask the seller to repair. Then what you're going to do is you're going to be sending me that list. You can send it through your agent, by the way. Also, tell me where in the inspection report you are pulling out these repair requests, because I need to draw from that report. I can't make it up. I'm not a contractor. I'm not an inspector. So page number, paragraph number. Some inspection reports actually enumerate each section, like 29A, electrical. There was a double tapped fuse that needs to be repaired by a licensed electrician. With that information, I'm able to turn that around very quickly and get out a repair list to the seller's attorney. If you want to see a copy of a ranked list of repair items that I got from an agent on behalf of their client, I'm going to give you a copy of it in PDF form, and I'll link that below. That's all I have for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please, please, please give me a like. That really helps me. And if you are a buyer, you may want to consider subscribing. If you have any comments, please leave them below. Remember that there's a whole series of videos that I've made on this process, so feel free to peruse through my channel. I'll see you next time.